This tutorial is about creating intro motion graphics, which is very easy to create and also very engaging and eye-catching. Like other tutorials you have already seen, we are not going to use any kind of external plugin or templates. So let's start it. First of all, I am going to select my shape tool, and in that I am going to select the ellipse tool, and I am going to create a one small ellipse by pressing shift. So here it is. Now let's make it center into the composition. Okay, it's look good. And what I will do now, I am just going to jump into the content ellipse and ellipse path 1, and I'm going to change the position of my path 1 from over here to here, and let's make a size little bit smaller. Almost I think I'm going with this size, and this should be a little bit bigger, so let me go like a 20. It's so much small, so let's go for the 25. Okay, this is the good size. And let's change the position again. I'm going to select the layer, and this will be the good position. Okay, the position value is -35 over here. So at present what I will do, I'm just going to give the key on position and size both. Later on I will remove it. I don't require to animate, or whichever property is required to animate, we are going to animate it. Okay, so I have done this one. Now what I will do, I'm going into the add for this shape layer property and applying the repeater on this one. And now let's jump into the repeater, and I am going to increase the copy by 30. Okay, so you can see that it's spreading something like that. I need it into the circular shape or ellipse shape onto the border. So for that, what I will do, I'm just going to jump into the transform repeater first of all, and make the position value over here, the X position value. By default it's 100. I'm going to make it a 0 first of all, and then I'm going to apply the rotation over here. So you can see that it's rotated beautifully over here. The thing is that it's looking nice. Why I have changed the position from over here? Just because I get this proper kind of circle. So first I have changed the position from over here, not from the outside, because move with the anchor point. But here anchor point is stay at the same place when you are moving the position, but the shape getting changed from the another shape. So now what I have to do is done, but still I need this circle separated in an equal way. So for that, what I will do, in the rotation I am just going to type 360 divided by 30. Why 30? Because we have the 30 copies. So now click outside, so it will divide it properly over here, the 30 circles. Now this size is looking still little bit bigger, so I'm going to apply the 23 size. Okay, it's look better, but let me do the 21. Yes, now it's look far better over here. So 21 is good, and we can make it a smaller also. So let's try something better. Yes, 18 will be look better and better. So okay, I'm going with good with 80, 18 over here. So it's nice enough. One more thing I want to do, that I want to give the key onto the end property over here for the opacity, and I'm just going to make the opacity little bit lower over here. Okay, so it's something like this. Let me make it over here almost like a 70. Okay, so it's good enough. Now what I will do, I just give the name to, I will give the first. Okay, or you can give the name like a shape 1. Now what I will do, I'm just going to make a duplicate copy of that and select the layer and press U. So wherever we apply the keys are open over here. And why I apply every time, I don't have to go inside the layer and then open the every property. So if it is not required, we are not going to animate that, and we remove the key from there later on. But at present, I'm just going to press U over here. And now what I need, I want to change the position first of all. So I'm just going to increase the position from over here. So there was a minus 135. So let's make a minus 170. Okay, it's look good enough. And then what I will do, I'm just going to reduce the size almost like a 15. Okay, so again the size is getting lower, and the opacity I'm going to apply the 60 over here. Okay, it's going good enough. Now again I'm going to make a duplicate copy of that. Again press the U, and let's change the value over here. So minus 170 plus 35 means minus 205 over here. The position should be changed like that. Then the value is changed, so I am decreasing value by 3. So here the value or size of the circle ellipse, it should be the 12, and the distance we have to opacity, I am going to change by the 50. So we are decreasing by the 10 value of the opacity. So you can see here that we are getting amazing shape already now. Now again I am going to make a duplicate, And what I will do again, open this one. Let's select the U only. That is the smart way. I'm going to apply the position again minus 35. So what we have to do here, it is minus 240 over here. Okay, it's good enough. Now let's make the scale down 9 over here, and opacity should be the 40 over here. Okay, getting good shape over there. Again, Control D, repeat the same procedure over here. So it should be the 9. So then this time it should be the 6. Here it should be the minus 275, and it should be now over here 30. Remember that this is the opacity for the repeater, not for the layer. So you can see that here it is looking nicely, then it's getting reducing the opacity over there. So it gives me a really good effect over here. So now almost we get this result. Now we want to animate that. So first of all, what I will do, guys, I'm just going to animate the shape. So let's select all of the layer. Select all of the layer, press U. Now, first of all, what I want to animate the copies of this, and which we didn't have given the key over there. Or you can play with the opacity also. So if I'm going to make a opacity value 0, so you can see that at the 50% is getting 0, but here it is a reveal. So I'm not going to make opacity 0. So I have to give the key on every layers key property. So here I don't need the key now. So what I will do, I'm just going to remove the keys from over here. I don't need the size and position keys or opacity key of any layer. So my work is done. So I'm just going to remove these keys from over here. Okay, done. Now what I will do, I will just going to type the copies over here. So as let's see applied, yes. So you can see that I have to select each and every layer first of all. Now let's type over here again a COPI. Okay, yes, copy. So now you can see that you can see every layer's copy property is open over here. Shape 1, shape 2. Okay, where are my 3 layers? Yes, here it is. So now what we have to do, we have to just give the key onto the every layer's copy property. Okay, good enough. Okay, done. Now select again all the layers and press U. So now we have the copies value over here. And what I will do, I'm just going to make the number of copies value 0 over here. Let's make a 0 for each and every layer. Okay, good enough. Now let's jump by the 10 and 15 frames. 2, 3, 4, 5. I am onto the 15 frames. Again, give the key over there for each and every copy properties, and now select every copy properties, and I'm going to give the change the value 30 over here. So now it's look good and amazing over here. One more thing later on what we need over there, it's revealing now something like this. You can see over here. Okay, it's coming something like that, almost looking nice and amazing to us. Now I want to animate the scale of that one. So what I will do, I am just going to select every layer over here and press scale to every layer property and give the key on that one. Now come back 1, 2, 3 frames back and give the key onto the or shift this scale key over here. Now let's page down and page down 30 frames, and I'm just going to apply the key on every scale property over here. So now let's come over here onto the first scale keyframe and increase the scale by some values, something like over here. Okay, it's look good. I'm just going to make a scale something like on this one. Okay, let's open our title actions here. So it should not be go out from here. So I'm just going to make a smaller something like this. And onto this keyframe, I want to make the scale something almost like this. So okay, this is the bigger value and this is a smaller value over here. So it's look good enough now. Now what I will do, I'm just going to select each and every key over here and press F9. So we have converted our all linear keys into the easy ease keys. Now what I need, I'm just going to select only copy layers from over copy properties, animated properties over here. So every key is selected into the timeline. Now let's jump into the graph editor, and I'm going to change the graph something like this. This is my easy, speed graph, and then I'm going to select this first vertex and dragging up little bit something like this one. Okay, it's going good enough. Maybe there is some. Okay, we have to change only the value of this. Okay, let's take it above a little bit, something like that, and let's change the graph something like almost over here. Okay, let's jump over here and show graph, show animated properties, show selected properties. Okay, it's good. Now let's come out from over here and now let's select the scale properties only. So I'm just going to select the scale properties from over here. So every key is selected. Now let's jump into the graph editor. I'm going to select the graph something like over here, and now let's select this one and let's drag it down something like that over here. Okay, now let's change the graph something like this over here also. So it's getting changed and we have almost done with our animation, guys. You can see that when it's first of all reveal everything and then it's going slow down something like this one. But still we need some kind of beautiful variation over here. And let me see, the copies value are only applying on one layer, not on other layer. So let's check it on this one. Okay, here it is everywhere 30 and over here, so you can see that here we don't have changed the any values. So let's make it 0, let's make it 0, let's make it 0, and let's make it 0. Okay, so now it's good enough, and let's check the graph again. So there should be no error. Yes, it's looking good and nice graph over here. Now what I need, I want to offset each and every layer from over here. First of all, I want to make the order reverse over here, so I'm just going to select all the layer, press Ctrl X and then press Ctrl V. So you can see that now the shape layer 1 is top and shape layer 5 is the bottom. So it's reversed already. Now I'm going to select each and every layer, right click over here, jump into the layer style, not into the layer style, but keyframe assistance. And here we have to select the sequence layers. And now you have to click onto the overlap. So these options will be enabled for you. And I want to offset by 3 frames. And my duration is almost 5 seconds and 1 frame, something like that. So what I'm going to apply over here, I'm going to apply over here 423. So my layers are offsetted by 3 frames. So if I'm going to make a key okay over, you can see that my layers are getting offsetted. So what is going to be happen, central layer first of all, then other layers step by step getting revealed, and then it is going to be scaled down. Done. Now what I need, I am just going to open the last layers properties, animated properties, and from over here I am just going to type my text first of all. So let's give the key text my over here. So I am just going to type the intro and let's make it a bold over here. So I'm just going to select the medium slanted over here. I'm using the Dovens personal bold fonts over here, so it's looking good enough. Let's make the center into the composition. Okay, it's good enough. Let's make a size bigger over here. So I'm just going to change a little bit. Okay, it's look good enough. And now what I will do, I am just going to make a copy of this one and I am change the position, sorry, Control Z, select and change the position somehow over here. And let's make a change the text. So I'm going to emotion graphics, and first thing I'm going to change into the light slanted, and let's make the size little bit smaller. Okay, it's look good. Change the position of this font something over here. Okay, it's good enough, and make it align again also, so it's good enough. And let's check our intro fonts alignment. Okay, both are aligned now. Let's make it a scale down. So what I will do, I'm just going to animate this also. So let's select both the text over here. You can put it above or below, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to select and open the position property, not the position, but the scale property and the opacity property for both the layer. Give the key over here. And I'm just going to jump over here and let's give the key over here also for both the layers, both the properties, that is scale and opacity. And at the starting we have the same scale and the opacity value should be the 0 for both the layer. Okay, at the end of the keyframe we want to scale down both the text layer from over here. So let's select now. I'm not going to apply the scale on the same one because the anchor point make it a little bit weird. So if you can see over here, okay, it's going good, not an issue. But if it is not working, I will love to use the null object in better way. So okay, it's good enough. So it's going good. I'm stick with that. Okay, but still, if you can see that it's not looking in proper center, doesn't matter. We will go with that one. And now what I will do, I will just going to select both the properties, press F9, and I'm just going to make it a change and give the graph something like this over here. Okay, now individual property I'm going to select. So I'm going to select the scale property again and I want to make a change. something like this. Let's make a something over here. Same I'm going to apply with the opacity over here, or I'm leaving opacity something like this only. So our intro motion graphics, awesome intro motion graphics animation is done. So let's see our final animation. But before that, guys, I always come with some amazing ideas for you, which you can use without any plugins or without any high-end PC or template, and you can earn the money from that also, and you can use it very easily for your any projects, guys. So at least you can do like, subscribe, and you can click onto the bell icon so you will get the notification for upcoming tutorials or any updates on my channel. One more thing, our comment box have very empty space. You can say 100,000 TB empty space. So you can fill it with your comments. Either you like it or not like it about the comments. So you can put such kind of comments. You can give the critiques. You can give the clapping or inspirational comments also, and you can ask your questions also into the comments. So fill that comments. The empty space never look that much of good every time. So fill that comment box also for me. Okay. So let's play our final animation, guys. So as you can see, it's looking really amazing, guys. First of all, it's getting reveal and then it's getting scaler down, and the scale down animation looking really amazing and beautiful. As you can see, it's really like just a jellyfish is shrinking and squashing and stretching itself. It's looking really amazing animation. So I hope you learn something new. It's really basic, but really looking amazing. So again, like, subscribe, click onto the bell icon, and fill the comment box with your amazing comments. See you next time. Goodbye, guys.